Quess Corp has been under pressure. The stock is down about 10% in trade, and there are a couple of issues plaguing it, or maybe one particular thing, which is highlighted in the annual report of the company as well, page 142, when they are speaking about some receivables from an entity called Trimax, with which its joint venture company or associate company entered into a development agreement at Ahmedabad. To talk about how serious this issue could be, what's the state of the receivables and what could happen ahead, Subrata Kumar Nag, he's the CEO of Quess Corp, joins us right now on the phone line. Mr. Nag, good having you. Thanks so much for joining in. You highlighted this in your annual report. I reckon this is now moving around in market circles, as a result of which the street seems to be a bit worried about these receivables. Can you clarify for us?
Yeah, I would like to, highlight a couple of things. This is the project we are doing in Ahmedabad Smart City. The project has been almost completed, and it is good to know that this project has been adjudicated as the best smart city project in India. And it won twice, not once, twice the best smart city project. The project at the final stage, we expect that to be completed maybe another 30 days to 60 days. The government project always takes collection takes some time. The final FAT, we call final acceptance testings, are going on currently. And once those things will be over, I think the payments will come. This payment is coming from the SCADL and Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation, that is the SPV, which is created for the smart city. And we are very confident when we work with the government that it may get little delayed, but it's a sovereign. You are working with other side is a sovereign party, so there is no question or doubt in my mind about the collectibility or recoverability of this amount. I hope that in the next 2 to 3 quarters, this project will get completed and the funds will come in.
Mr. Nag, please clarify and please tell me about this issue. I think the NCLT has given the Trimax, the joint venture partner, I believe the Mumbai bench ordered commencement of corporate insolvency resolution process for Trimax. And if that is the case, the receivables for TCPIL and thereby you would be under cloud right now.
No, why it is not that, let me explain to you. The project has been executed by the JV what we have with the Trimax. The entire funding has been done by us. The Trimax issues, whatever they have currently, the money or the funds they owe to the various banks. Not a single rupee from the bank finance has gone into this project. The project has been funded entirely by us and executed by us. And we have a separate arrangement, escrow arrangement with the Trimax IT. As per that arrangement, that the escrow, that money from the SCADL will be coming to a separate escrow agreement, and that money will be flow from that escrow agreement to our Quess, that JV what we have. So I don't see any issue. We are already in touch with the COC, and we put forward our opinion, and we have taken the legal opinion, and we are confident that it has nothing to do, with that the bankruptcy or resolution process what is going on at the Trimax IT. This investment is, I think, secured, and we will take whatever actions is required, even approaching NCLT to get a direction that this money should come directly to us, nothing to do with the Trimax, their own NCLT process.
Has that kind of structure worked for some of the other companies, or are you proposing something which is quite new at the NCLT league as well?
As per our legal opinion, this is I think standard of process. And we can get a relief from NCLT if required, and we are in the process of, we already started that process. I think that is the standard process because, the bank's money has not been used for this project. This project, the money has been used by we funded that funding, and so it has to come to us in a normal way of the way the process works.
So, okay, just a couple of things, Mr. Nag. One is,
Sure.
One is the entire reimbursement of the money, whether that can happen within what time frame based on the legal opinion that you have. Can it take 2, 3, 4 quarters? Because the past 2 years have shown that NCLT resolutions don't necessarily happen at a pace at which people or related parties would like. So that is part one of my question. Maybe you answer this and then I'll ask you part two.
No, I think this is, we are already asking the direction from NCLT, and we approach the COC. This NCLT, what I am trying to say that this is nothing to do with the NCLT process of the Trimax IT. This is a separate arrangement and separate project where a Trimax IT has just worked as an intermediary company. So that is my process. That NCLT process of Trimax IT, I have no comment how much time it will take. But I am confident that within next 2 to 3 quarters, these receivables will be collected and this process will be completed.
Okay. And just one, I'm sure I have some follow-ups. My colleagues have some follow-ups too. But hello, Mr. Nag. Just a few questions, please. One is, did you a week back go to the markets to raise some money, a sum of about 50 odd crores? One, did you do that? Two, were you able to do that? If you indeed go out, did you go out to do that? And why such a small sum of money that you needed, 50 crores?
Yeah, see, this is nothing about money for which we require for running our business. We have much more cash than 50 crores in our banks today. We are well funded, and we have our debt equity ratio, if you see, 1:0.3 actually, we are 0.29 precisely. This is actually a strategic investment for one of our business. So we are building, and that's why some tie-up we are doing some strategic investment. For that purpose, this funding was coming. Nothing to do about the finance of the company. This is some other initiative what we are working on. The board actually asked a few clarification what we are working on, and we'll go back to the board very shortly, hopefully, and we'll see what is the real reason for raising this funds.
Okay. Mr. Nag, we understand that the board has deferred the fundraising plans, and just going back to the receivables which are outstanding, you've given it a time frame of next 2 to 3 quarters. Let's say worst come, if you don't get that money through the account you're talking, is the company looking to make any provisions? Are you working towards that, or would you wait for the next 3 quarters and wait for the money to come first?
What I was, referring, this money is, the receivable is from a government body. I do not have any doubt in my mind that why this money will not come to us. If you go to the Ahmedabad, you will see the project is in full progress. You will see the surveillance cameras, you will see the command and control center, you will see the display board what we have put. This is in the smart city, which is adjudged as the best smart city in India, and that project we have done. Government project takes some time, and they are going through the process, and we are confident that we'll get the money. It is not a private party we are discussing here. We are discussing the organization which is a sovereign government organization. So I have no doubt that I would have doubt in my mind that this money will be have any chance of getting not getting paid.
Mr. Nag, there is some fear in the markets because your company's stock has been declining this week, and that too very sharply. You've given it a time frame. Could you confirm what's the receivable amount? That's 150 crore, right?
In total, around 150 crores. Okay,
150 crore. Just one more thing.
And understand one thing. Last year also, this project, we got 54 crores. The total investment almost 200 crore. Out of that, around 56, 50, just less than 60 crore has already been collected from this project. It's not that we have not collected any money from this project. It's an ongoing project. Funds goes and money gets collected. So it's not that no money has been collected from this project. 60 crore, around 60 crore has already been collected.
Okay, I'm just going back with regard to what's happening to the stock right now. And if I look at the shareholding, you've got some key mutual funds on both. 6% shareholding is with the mutual funds. FPIs hold around nearly 12 to 13%. Have you got a chance to engage with any of your marquee shareholders as to if somebody is selling your shares in the market?
I think, we are in touch with our, prominent shareholders. I don't think they are, selling their shares or reducing their holdings. And some of the mutual fund under pressure of redemption may have sold some shares. I think this is a short phenomenon. I think there is some misconception and perception has gone into the market about this, Trimax and also this fundraising, particularly this fundraising thing, as it was deferred. And I think in that liquidity crisis in NBFC and other things, people are thinking something else. What I want to say is that it has nothing to do about the financial health of the company. It is just a strategic investment, and we will be able to disclose. I think it will be a much more positive for the company than anything too negative.
You're confirming there are some mutual funds who would have sold the shares in the market?
No, I think some. I do not have exact age. I think some of the cases, a few years, I think they did under a few weeks back. But current one, I do not know. We can check when we have the exact information.
Mr. Nag, just one final set of questions. As I read a note that I have with me, on 31st March 2019, the resolution professional handling the insolvency process for Trimax has acknowledged 151 crores as debts due to TSIPL. Now, I would guess that both TSIPL and Trimax are not government entities but private entities. Am I correct, sir?
Yeah, sure.
So therefore, the money that is due to Quess Corp is indirectly due from the government agency to Trimax and from Trimax to Quess Corp, right, sir?
Yeah.
So therefore, the money due to you is not necessarily directly from the government agency. If the Trimax insolvency or the resolution process takes a really long time, you do not get the money, right, sir?
No, that's why I was trying to say that this two process has to be seen in a two different light. That's why we have been trying. We are working with the government and also working with the resolution professionals and the COC that this is nothing to do with the current NCLT process of the Trimax IT. It is awarded to the Trimax IT and then it was subcontracted to the JV what we have. So, and the funding was done by us completely. So it was not the loan or funds Trimax IT got from the banks has been used for this project. So that's why has nothing to do with the NCLT process of the Trimax IT. So that is the point we are trying to establish here, and we are hopeful that we will be able to do that.
Hi, Mr. Nag, just one question. While we're talking about Trimax and their NCLT proceedings, even if they were to get the money from the government agencies, what I would like to try and understand is, do they have any other external obligations which they may have to then fulfill and which may not directly mean that money is a pass-through to you? Probably a follow-up to my colleague's question.
No, that's why we have a separate escrow arrangement to avoid all these funds to get clubbed with the Trimax. Overall, we have a separate arrangement with the bank with all of us are a party to that, and as per that agreement and arrangement, that whatever the funds will come from the schedule will come directly to the escrow account, and from that escrow account, 99% of the money, 1% for the Trimax share, so that will go to the Trimax, and the 99% will come directly to the JV. So that is the understanding. So when the money will flow in from the government, I think that escrow arrangement and the agreement what we have will kick in that fashion.
What you're saying is, irrespective of whatever happens, you'll still get your money back. All right, just one last question, probably not related to this, but something else that's weighing down, on market sentiment is, what is the game plan for Monster, and how would you see that shaping up? Because that is also a money guzzler at your end.
I think the Monster, is a great name and great asset, and we have high hope for the Monster to be turned around. We got the Monster in 15 months back. It is last year or 12 months. It took some time to work on the product on the Monster. It is coming up. If you see that today's Monster, there has been a tremendous change and improvement. What used to be 15 months back, the search engine, the number of jobs, the number of CVs, everything all the KPI have been increased substantially. Now, last year, I think, it took some losses, but it is around 20-25 crore. I think the way it has been working and as per our plan, I'm very confident that the Q3 or Q4 max of this FY20 will be able to operate have a operating break-even in months.